morning about 5:45, I found myself in a terrible fix. My baby was gone and my Cadillac too. Now, won't you tell me what I'm gonna do?
Hello. I am doing a series of videos that I've filmed a few at a time for a specific purpose, which will probably be evident by the time this video comes up. But the reason that I wanted to do this one today, this was actually spur of the moment idea. My hair is in these little tight curls because I was doing a 1920s inspired look and required some extensions and some unbrushed locks. So this is the curls that are left over from that 1920s set, and I thought it might be kind of cool to show you what you can do with leftover curls, especially if you've got a lot of curl left over the next day for whatever reason, or if you've gotten your hair curled in sponge rollers and you just kind of feel like that you you want to do something a little more structured with some tighter curls. So the look I'm going to go for today is going to be very specifically 1940s. I'm going to part it on the side. And you'll see that as I start running my brush through these curls, they will start to take on some bigger, fluffier look. And that's what we're going for. So the more curls that we do, the better. I just didn't want to have these curls and not do anything with them. So I'm just kind of carefully brushing the ends of these curls against my hands until they are more solidified, as always, and more traditionally like 1940s curls as opposed to those tighter curls, locks. So what I've done here is I pin curled the top layer of my hair, so it's actually quite flat, and then the bottom layers of my hair I did in foam rollers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a comb, a teasing comb, and I'm going to start to tease the top layers just to give them a little bit of volume. And I have no organization to the teasing of this particular style just because I'm not going for anything super particular. But this look is actually inspired by a picture that I saw of Esther Williams, and I thought this might be kind of a cool second day hairstyle. So I've got some volume going on the top, and as you can see, it's pretty easy to comb it back, and I'm going to take this part up until it is straight up, and then I'm going to twist it lightly and push forward, which is of course the standard. And I'm going to place a side comb through the back. So I have quite a lot of volume right here. Do you see how much volume is there? And then I'm going to go about smoothing these sections out. So I'm going to kind of smooth, carefully brush over the top sections. Okay, and you can see how the curls are starting to sort of relax a lot. And I'm pulling most of the curl towards the bottom of the style because we want it to look as uniform as possible. And then I'm going to take this front section, because I have bangs, and I'm going to push it back and spray. And I'm just going to keep on pulling this section up until you've got quite a lot of volume there. And you can kind of put your comb in, just don't deflate the wave. And you're just wanting to keep it as solid as possible. So it kind of looks like a pompadour. I'm just going to let it dry like that for a second. Okay, so now it's nice and tall in the front, see? And now I'm going to pull the other side up to meet it. And I'm basically going to do the same sort of thing, only this side I'm going to tease it on the inside only, push it up, brush out the end so it's nice and smooth, and then I'm going to take this section and I'm going to start twisting it inward and creating a little roll. But I don't want it to be too full because it needs to mimic the look of the other side. So I'm going to just comb on the outside. I'm going to pull it tightly against my head, and then I'm going to twist the end into a little bit of a pin curl. And I don't want this to be a super structured tight roll. I want this to be a lot more like the rolls and curls, barrel curls from the 40s that were a little looser. I'm placing the bobby pins very carefully into the hair so that it doesn't deflate the rest of the style. And now you can see kind of a general idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. And then what I'm going to do is pull the side this side that's bloused out a little bit too much. I'm going to pull it back. I like to use black bobby pins even if my hair is blonde. I feel like they're easier to hide. I don't like those gold ones. I think they show too much. Alright, so now this is similar on both sides, but not completely. I'm going to spray this really, really well, but still keeping in mind that I don't want the twist. I don't want it to look too hard. I want it to stay very soft. So I'm not going to overly form this roll. I'm just going to kind of twist the curls around so that they lay into a little curl, and the bobby pin is hidden. And then I'm going to take my comb and just sort of pull this section up a little bit again. I want to make sure that this meets at the top. This is also similar to something that Ann Miller might have worn. Her hair was naturally curly, so she had a lot of these like curled styles. And on this side it has more of a Esther Williams look, and on this side more of an Ann Miller look. But that's okay, because that's kind of what I was going for. I'm going to go ahead and brush down the rest, because as you can see, the volume of this side mimics the volume of this side now. However, if I push back the volume, then this volume is too much. So I'm going to keep it asymmetrical like this because I'm liking the general fall. I'm going to take the combed section back here and pull it down just a little, so that this part falls into more of a wave. And just for the sake of a nice uniform look, I'm going to move the clip this way. And there you go. Very traditional 1940s curled style, or a style with leftover curls. And hopefully this is something that you'll want to play around with. I like all this volume on the top. It's not something I typically do, and so that makes me feel like it's a little bit fancy, a little bit special. But hopefully all of you will give this one a try. Actually, this flower is sticking out just a tiny bit too much. There we go. That one doesn't stick out quite as much. So we're going to do buttercups instead. I'm just going to pull this curl over here just a little bit. And now we just have a traditional 1940s look that's perfect for sort of a tropical event, a pool party, something like that. And I feel like it's a relatively easy one to do. You can play around with it and situate the curls however you like. I usually do. After I finish filming, I probably will as well. But hopefully this is something that's pretty easy for you. It's sort of inspired by some photos I saw that I received a request for, and it was relatively easy to accomplish. Once you get the general skills down in brushing out your set and how to mold the curls and everything, you can pretty much do anything. But that's the way that one turned out. And hopefully you guys will give it a try. So, bye!